By the time you were 15,
Yeah,
he was in prison.
Yeah.
So you say your childhood was probably kind of messed up. You had a messed up.
I mean, if I had to learn to separate that from everything else to learn something positive from my youth, and it's kind of weird to say, but yeah, besides all that, I didn't have that bad of a childhood compared to some, you know.
Right.
So
Um, so doing my interviews and through my research, I have found out that about 85% of people that are addicted to drugs, mental health, and are homeless is due to unresolved trauma. Would that be a fair assessment, you
oh
think?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I would definitely say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my drink right here.
My other question is, my other question is, um, do you what resources do you use here in Phoenix since you're homeless?
Uh, the the people themselves.
Churches.
Churches really come to the people a lot more now, especially now that it's cold. But mostly getting by, it's you know, Circle K's. You know, I hate to say, you know, kind of, you know, that and food stamps. You know, food stamps goes a long way in the state.
Right. Okay, Spencer. My next question is, do you believe that it's dangerous being homeless?
Oh, of course, of course.
Have you had any personal experience? Anything bad happen to you?
No, but me. Besides, I got hit by a car 3 weeks ago. Truck pulled in, it was a hit and run. Besides that, me personally, no. But I've talked to a lot of females, and they get, I would say, probably 90% of it.
So that was going to be my next question. If it's bad for the men to be homeless, how much more is it dangerous for a woman to be?
5 times, 10 times, you know, if not more. I've heard so many times women being taken to homes, thinking they were just going to go hang out, you know, doing whatever it was they do, and it turns into where they're
Taking advantage of?
yeah. I mean, yeah. They become kind of like their property for a little while, and it's sick.
Until they get away.
Yeah.
So, have you seen or you heard of any personal friends that have been through trauma?
Yeah, yeah.
Homeless?
There was a girl who was telling me she went to a house to just go smoke with these two guys she had just met. This is broad daylight. She said she goes back to the house. They end up in the garage of this house, and she smokes with them and everything. And then she went to go get up and leave, and they just kind of blocked the door. And she said it was like 3 or 4 guys that were at the house already when she got there. She showed up with 2 of them, and she said there was a couple more guys come over the next couple of days. She wasn't sure how long she was there. She said she thought it was about 10 days, and they were taking advantage of her the whole time and giving her drugs against her will. And I met her actually running, and she was crying, and she come up to me, and after asking me for a cigarette, she just reached out, gave me a hug, and then told me her story. That's probably the sickest story that I've heard.
And you're still her friend?
Actually, no. She left from there to go to somewhere where some friends or family or something was. But yeah,
get away from here.
Yeah, but she sat there with me for about 20 minutes. So I must have been like the first person she came up to that she felt comfortable around.
Nice. That was good. You were able to be there for her.
Yeah.
In closing, is there anything else that you would like to say? Maybe any advice to the youngsters or to the young people that are thinking about doing blues or doing fentanyl or doing something dumb against their parents' wills? Is there anything that you would like to tell? Let's say there's a 15-year-old Spencer looking at this interview. What would you tell him about the blues, fentanyl, running away, hanging out with the wrong crowd? What kind of advice would you give him?
It's not going to be the crowd you run with. It's going to be the way you feel about yourself, and just know that the older you get, the more you're going to feel different about your life, and you're going to gain knowledge on the way. And there's 2 ways to do it, and that's the hard way, and then there's the easy way. And just don't judge yourself based on what society makes you feel like. Try to find your own drive. because it's not gonna come. It's not gonna come the way you think it will. So just give it time, and just know that tomorrow's a different day, and it can be worse. So just try to take it one day at a time. When you feel like you're giving up, just know that there really isn't giving up. It'll come after you. After you decide to not do what you're supposed to do.
So you don't. Where do you see yourself in 6 months from now?
I don't.
No.
No.
Why?
Because I wouldn't be able to get up tomorrow.
No. Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't look at my life right now like that.
So you just take it one day at a time.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
It's the only way to do it out here.
That makes sense. All right, Spence, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your knowledge. I appreciate that you gave us a little insight into your homelessness, and we wish you the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.